The short film begins with an explanation of what agoraphobia is, to give the audience a better understanding as to why the main character may act the way he does throughout the film. The short film then starts off with the character sitting on the sofa with a mid-shot, as he's then distressed by the fact that remote controls in front of him are not in the order or fashion he would want it in. To convey his distress towards the audience, is multiple cross-cuts of close-ups of the character's face and remote controls on the desk. I did this because people with agoraphobia can sometimes exhibit OCD-like behaviours. The camera then cuts to a POV shot of someone walking towards the house that the main character is currently in. I added this scene to bring a sense of mystery towards the audience, to make them wonder who is the POV that we are currently seeing. The camera then cuts back to the main character sitting in the sitting room and deciding to play some music. And as the camera focuses in on the speaker behind the sofa, non-diegetic music starts playing that the main character starts dancing to. When this happens, it then cross-cuts back to the POV of the person walking towards the main character's house, and then that shot cuts into a tracking shot of the delivery person, and we can fully see them walking towards the window of the sitting room that the main character is currently in. The camera then cuts to a shot from the inside of the house in the sitting room through the window, and we can see the delivery person walking towards the door. It then cuts again to a mid-shot behind the delivery person. As the delivery person rings the doorbell, non-diegetic, ominous, very slow, daunting music starts playing in the background. This is to symbolize the fact that this package is the root of all of the main character's problems, and it being introduced into the plot is supposed to feel like a bad thing. It then cuts back to the main character trying to get from the kitchen to the front door without being seen much. This consists of a tracking shot that continuously follows him as he makes his way to the door. After this, it then zooms in to the glass of the door, depicting the delivery person still being outside. It then cuts to a close-up shot of the main character trying to figure out what to do. The camera then cuts to an object POV shot of the delivery person through the perspective of the door. After the delivery person leaves, the camera then follows and pans over as the delivery person goes out of frame. The camera then cuts back to the main character as he makes his way towards the door. As the main character opens the door, the camera then cuts to being outside, looking at the main character, opening the door and seeing the package. The camera then pans up and down, depending on what the main character is doing, whether he's crouching down to try and reach it, or going up to then get his slippers. As the character picks up the package, the camera then cuts to a view from inside the house as the door closes and slams shut. The camera then cuts back to the position it was in before, depicting the main character struggling to get the door open again. The camera then cuts back to an inside view on the other side of the door, depicting what is happening on the other side, where the main character is trapped. Through the glass of the door, we can see the main character is frantically struggling to try and get open. The camera then cuts to another object POV shot of the main character, who then runs to the garage door hoping that it's open. The camera then follows his movements as he runs through multiple cuts and tracking shots. The camera then cuts to the main character dropping the package and trying to get onto the roof in an effort to try and get back into his house. After this fails, the camera then cuts to an inside view of the garage as we can hear banging on the other side. The camera then cuts back to the other side of the garage, showing the main character pacing back and forth trying to figure out what to do next, as he then comes to the realization that he has to ring his neighbor's doorbell. As he walks off, the camera then cuts to a shot of the main character outside of his house. The camera then slowly gets closer towards him until it ends up in a close-up shot, with him then trying to muster up the courage to go and ring his neighbor's doorbell. As he goes to ring his neighbor's doorbell, the camera follows his movements and is advanced towards the front door of his neighbor. However, he hesitates and is unable to ring the doorbell, so he goes back towards the camera now and then starts thinking of how else to go about the situation. The camera then jump cuts to a later time and day with him still thinking about what to do next. He then comes to the realization and accepts the fact that he has to ring his neighbor's doorbell. The camera then follows his movement towards his neighbor's door and zooms in on his finger as it is shaking as he struggles to muster up the courage to finally ring his neighbor's doorbell. As he puts his shaking finger on his neighbor's doorbell, there is a cutaway to a close-up shot of him grabbing his door handle. As the main character puts his hand on the door handle, the non-diegetic music that was playing throughout the entire short film abruptly stops. The camera then cuts to a POV shot of the main character as he closes the door, refusing to pick up the package after what he just thought of in his mind.